YouTube, this is Mike from MikePhoneJunkie.org. Decided to make this video on my experience with the Galaxy Note. I've had it for about 3 or 4 days now. I know you guys noticed my previous video. That was actually a demo phone, that AT&T provided me to do a review on. So I did play with that. I had that one as my daily driver. If you watched my last video, you got my comments on that. It took me some time to think about it, so I decided to go and give up my iPhone due to being able to demo these phones coming out recently, and to me personally, the iPhone screen was just too small. After I was using these other devices, getting a chance to get to know them, things like that, I was noticing myself liking the bigger screens. Using those screens to watch my YouTube videos, watch other people's YouTube videos, browse the internet, things like that. So the iPhone was just not what I needed, at least at this time right now. But anyway, please check out my other video of the Galaxy Note, my full-on review. But I've had this device for about 4 days now. Some of the things that I've noticed, I'll start off with the likes of it. Obviously, some of the things I like is how big the screen is, the HD display, the way everything goes together. You can see everything works pretty smooth. You also have an S-style pen. Samsung does not want to call it a stylus. They say it's a last decade type thing here. So the S Pen actually lets you write on the screen. I actually had no need yet to have used it, the S Pen. A lot of people say that, it's real quick for them to write down notes. My opinion when writing down the notes or anything like that is I write so big anyway that by the time I get to write down something, I'm already done with the whole screen. Here's an example. I had a mistake there, so I had to erase it. So it says, "Hello YouTube." This might be great in some situations, different types of, if you're in school a lot, things like that. But my opinion is, if you're already in school, you already have your paper, you already have your agenda, whatever you use, the calendar to keep notes, things like that. So I really haven't found a situation I needed an S Pen for. I know my daughter loves using it when she wants to play games, things of that nature, and just the whole feel of being able to use it, things like that. Alright, the next thing would be phone calls. Just like in my initial review, the phone call, everything was outstanding. Person, no problems, anything like that. The only thing is, I don't know if it's me accidentally hitting this, but it's constantly, my ringer's always going back to vibrate for some reason. I'm constantly having to make sure that this is up, and usually after about 4 hours go by, I notice it's all the way back down again. So I believe I may be accidentally hitting this, something like that. The texting on it is a little bit harder to do, especially since I'm usually text messaging with one hand, and I do have smaller hands than most guys. So if people are looking at this, debating whether to buy this phone, take that into consideration. Go to AT&T, try out a phone. But I always text with one hand, and when I was driving, I don't promote texting and driving. I just would text something and the phone constantly was slipping, things like that. It's just a hassle to do with it. You usually have to hold it with one hand and use one hand to type. Now, web browsing on here, obviously with the bigger screen, everything like that is really good. I was on one of my family members had not lost their, but got water damage to their iPhone, so I had to go to phoneclaim.com, do the whole 9 yards for the insurance. And this phone was I was just having little problems with it clicking, it getting into the spots I want to, and that's the first time I had dealt with anything like this. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's a big flaw with the phone, because you're going to have a sort of a problem with almost any phone that you ever have. One thing's going to happen. Phones aren't perfect, but for the most part, it responds well. Well, there's no pinch to zoom because this is a mobile Yahoo, but we'll go to PhoneJunkie.org. And also the 4G LTE works good on this. Texting, you can type really fast. That big keyboard responds well. So that's not a problem if you're worried about being able to type fast. Now, I have seen other users in other videos stating after using the Note for a while, they started to see a lag, that they were typing faster than the phone could keep up. And that was about after a month of using the phone. So keep that in consideration. You can review that a little bit more. I haven't had any problems yet, but again, I've only had this phone for about 4 days now. Actually, I'm click the video there. Alright. Now I'll show you here, pinch to zoom. Works real well. Applications on here have been wonderful. You can see Weather Channel, the way it looks, high definition. You can really see it. It really looks really good. And again, that big screen comes into play. Excuse me. Next thing I want to touch is the camera. I'm not really a big picture taking guy, anything like that. But when I do have to use a camera for my kids, something like that, I noticed it captured the pictures really well. Samsung did a really good job with this. It has an 8 megapixel camera. Video recording was also excellent. Recorded the high definition really well. Uploaded to my computer. Sent via email or Bluetooth. Worked really well. The person received it. Viewed the videos fine. So no complaints there. And just the overall phone hardware. A lot of people were complaining about lags after the month or so mark. That's what I keep hearing, is this month mark. But so far, everything's working fine. No lag, nothing to complain about. I also believe that people that are experiencing that ice cream sandwich will hopefully fix that. As it did with previous phones that people have done, loaded a boot ROM of ice cream sandwich on there, things of that nature. Alright, now while we're on the subject of ice cream sandwich, I wanted to go ahead and touch a base of it real quick. There's still no set release date. I heard one other person, not a reliable source, but I said March 1st. That obviously isn't happening because today's March 1st, that we were supposed to be receiving an over-there update. But there are, however, a lot more leaks coming out. So a lot of hackers, people who are real tech savvy with custom loading firmwares on here. There's a lot more leaks out. That's usually what happens. That usually is what happens when the update is getting ready to come out. I'll actually be posting a link of a tutorial on how to do that if you wish to. obviously don't accept any responsibility if something does happen with your phone, but it is a pretty reliable source that did do the tutorial on how to install Ice Cream Sandwich on your phone. You can look at YouTube videos of how people, of how people have done it, but also on what it looks like on the phone. It looks really awesome. I really can't wait to get my hands on it. I know a lot of people out there are wanting to get their hands on it. It looks really nice. The only device I've actually played Ice Cream Sandwich on was a Samsung Galaxy Nexus, and it was amazing. I really wish Samsung would have shipped this device with Ice Cream Sandwich, but unfortunately they didn't. But hopefully it's coming out here soon. And just the overall, I have been debating if I'm going to keep this phone or not, just because of the size in my hands, but I'm probably going to keep it just because the screen size is amazing. The cases are a little bit more expensive, but nowadays everybody's ordering online through Amazon and whatnot. But I know the bottom dollar case at AT&T was around $40, I believe, and that's probably due to the size. And as of right now, I don't believe there's an OtterBox option. And then the only screen protectors I've seen have been online. But you can at AT&T get a pen holder that makes the pen better. You can get a dock for it, which actually looks pretty cool, which I'll probably be picking up one of those also. But other than that, I just wanted to give an update. I'll probably update again here in about the month March to let you guys know if I am receiving those problems, anything like that. If anybody has any questions, please comment below. Check out my website and subscribe. You all have a good day.